Hello guys, today's dormant video is twofold. We have a question from Huma Gupta who is asking us what the history of mudras is, and I don't exactly have the most precise answer, but we're going to start with what I understand about the history of Indian classical dance. And the second is we're going to do a really simple hip opening and ankle rotational exercise. And this is because I'm finding that many of us, kathak and bharatanatyam, are not opening from the joint. We tend to kind of do this work where this hip flexor is very stiff and lift our feet from there, which is not exactly what we want to do. And we also tend to cave our ankles. So the two exercises we're doing here are just going to keep us gently mobile. Even if you're injured, you can do these exercises. So I want you to kind of get up out of your desk. If you're at a beach, do this a couple times in the morning, no more than 3 or 4, and you'll find sort of immediately you'll have a little more rotation available to you and a little more smoothness in the joints. So what we're going to do is we're just going to stand still. And some of you have done this in class before, but find the hinge point of your hip. Where does the hip kind of go up and down? And within that, you're going to hinge, closing the knee to the left side. This is my right leg. Keep that hinge. Open the knee slowly, keep the hinge, and drop it back down. I'm distracted by the rain outside of Navakman today. I'm going to do that again, lifting up, opening slowly, coming back down, and already I can feel the intensity of this very gentle exercise and just trying to maintain the hinge while keeping tall on this leg. Now, keeping tall on this leg is an added challenge. Most of us tend to sink the hip as we're rotating as opposed to elongating. And there are two things that happen when I elongate. I have to actually press all of my toe, big toe, etc. into the ground, lift out of the hip. And I have to engage my ankle and inner thigh and outer thigh, both excessively. So this is already work, and then this allows some joint mobility. Now, I'm doing it slow. Why? Because at some point you're gonna find, oh, I have a click here, oh, this is not so easy for me to control, it's just gonna go down. And as you're doing this exercise this week, I want you to aim to smooth out that pattern on both sides. You're gonna find one side is easier than the other. Inside may be easier than outside, or outside may be easier than inside. And the differences between right and left. And the key is not to overhinge like so, or not push where the hinge is. So go as far as you can, that where your hip is not sinking and where you're not over tucking. That's for the hips. The other is for the ankles. So same thing, engaging up and out of the socket, and you're gonna twist the toe, making circles. Now you'll see here, especially for those of you who have like tight calves and Achilles, you might not think that this would release that, but it does. You're gonna do the same thing, very slowly making these circles. And while you're doing that, really making sure you pay attention is to the toe jumps. So you're gonna find these places where the muscles are just like, I didn't move that way before and I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna skip it over and take you to the next position of the circle, like so. But what you wanna do is really work to smooth that out. Why do these minutia muscle movements matter? Is because as a dancer, ultimately, the more control you have and the stronger and more evenly strong you are around all sides, you're less likely to get injured, and you're gonna find that your dance just comes more easily. When I ask for sounds of the feet, if the ankles are prepared, sounds come easily. If I ask for engaged or open movements of the hip, the rotational exercises do that. Now, let's go to Huma's question, which we will do in another video.